Hello crafty friends, and welcome to another mixed media background video. Today I'm going to use my gel plate, some smooth white card and distress ink re-inkers. This one is peacock feathers, the other one is picked raspberry. And I've put a few drops of peacock feathers on my gel plate and I'm going to roll it out as best I can. I don't have any distress ink pads. I accidentally bought these re-inkers instead of the distress oxide ones, but I decided to keep them because you can just use them like watercolors really. So I've spread that out and I'm going to put that on there like that. And I'll add a bit of scrap paper just so I can press it down really well without getting my fingers all mucky. So now I've got a nice bit of peacock feathers card. I'm going to wipe that off. And we'll add some of the picked raspberry. The starlings have just descended on the bird feeder, so you'll have to excuse the noise. So I'm not going to roll that out. Excuse me, starlings, I'm trying to record a video here. Right. I'm not going to completely roll that out because I want some variation. I'm going to put that on there like that. There we go, I'm liking that. So I'll roll that out again because there's still some on my brayer. Now I've got this stencil, I'm going to place that on top, put my card on top and press down to hopefully transfer some of that pink through the apertures in the stencil. You can brayer over the back. Yep, some of that transferred, I'm liking that, quite grungy but nice and bright. There should still be a bit of ink left on there, so I'll take a clean piece of card, press that down, and that's very pretty. I'm going to give that a blast with the hairdryer just to make it dry, and then I'm going to treat it with anti-static powder because I want to heat emboss on top. And for my heat embossing, I'm going to use this mathematical equation stamp from Indigo Blue. I'll ink it up with my embossing ink and press that on like that. And this is Polished Gold Superfine from Wow. Yeah, that is the right side. I couldn't remember where I'd stamped. And I'll melt that with my heat tool. Now that's cooled and set, I'm going to flip it round and do the same thing with this side. And that's now ready to go on a card or two. So I've used this stamp die to die cut out some stamp shapes. I've got 8 whole stamps and 4 partial stamps, and I use pretty much all of that paper. I've got a 4x6 inch piece of smooth white card, which is approximately 10 centimeters wide. My stamp is about 3 centimeters wide, so that gives me 7 centimeters of space. If I divide that by 2, I get 3.5, and from this side 3.5, so that will place a stamp right in the middle of the card. I want to do something similar from this end. I mean, I could just eyeball it, but I want to start with my stamp in the middle of my piece of card, and I'll get that on straight. And the reason I want it in the middle is because I want to line up all my other stamps around it and get a symmetrical pattern on my bit of paper. So we'll leave about a 0.5 centimetre gap there. I can use my T-square ruler to get that on in line with this stamp. And using wet glue just gives me a moment to wiggle things into place. And now I'm going to place the next ones so they're staggered. Just trying to make sure I get the writing, the stamp writing the right way up. And now I've got my partial stamps. I can place those in the right places. I want to cut a stitched rectangle out of this. So I'll stick that down with some very low tack tape. So that's cut out nicely. I'm going to pop it on a 4x6 inch card blank. I want to go for a nice bold sentiment, so I've die cut the words happy birthday out of gold foil cardstock, and that will go with the gold that's already on my postage stamps. And I've die cut the outline from vellum just to give it something to sit on. You can use a damp baby wipe to remove any glue. And to stick this down, I'm going to add some high tack white glue to the back of the vellum, using my stylus to pick it up and dot it on in areas where it should be inconspicuous. And I'm going to pop it in the top part of the card there. That's about 1/3 of the way down on the rule of thirds acetate grid. To add a little bit of extra bling and energy and movement to this card, I've punched out some gold foiled cardstock circles using my little Fiskars punch here, and I'm sticking them down using some matte medium. And to give those a little bit of extra something, I'm going to flood them with Nouveau Crystal Glaze. This will make them a little bit shinier and give them a dimensional dome. Not quite as dimensional as if I'd used Nouveau drops, more like the flatter enamel dots. And I think that card's done. Stick around for another minute because I'll show you some close-ups of all the luscious texture on those postage stamps. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you an idea or two, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.